What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for joining. Hope you're having a great one today. As always, as you should be able to tell from the picture, we're taking a look at Soldier Boy, or in this case, Soldier Lad, made by the wonderful folks over at SooSoo Toys. Now, I did get this from Giantoy, which unfortunately he is sold out at the moment. But if you were interested in getting one yourself, onesixthoutfitters does have them available, so you can check out there. I would also suggest hitting up Giantoy, see if anybody has canceled, because you could save a little bit ordering from them. They tend to be a bit on the cheaper side. Cool little insert you get there. That's fun. Now, like I mentioned, this figure did get delayed quite a bit, and I'm not really sure if this is the actual reason, but I honestly think what happened is Toys R Us came out with theirs, which looked a lot better. Just get a nice little instruction booklet. That's kind of handy. And I think they decided to just go back and do different head sculpts, because they ended up pulling them back, redid the sculpt without the helmet. I think they ended up doing a pretty good job compared to the original mock-up, so we should hopefully have some nice improvements there. I do really like the little instruction book they gave you. That's kind of handy. Now, as I mentioned, I did get him from Giantoy. It was about $180, I want to say. I think he's a little more, like probably in the 200 range if you go through onesixthoutfitters. It might be a little bit more than that if you go through like a third party. Oh, it's taped. I should have figured as much. Is that good enough? Might be. Alright, success. Now, you don't get a ton of stuff with this fella. I absolutely love this character. I greatly enjoy the boys, so getting a Captain America parody was pretty much a must-have for me. Oh yeah, that's a way better head sculpt than the one they originally had on there. There you go. Really did quite a good job. I am going to have to pop it off to get the plastic off, but that's not a big deal. Oh, and of course these are taped on too. We'll pull off what we can. Might do a little pause and cut some tape off of this guy. Well, one came off. Alright, well, we'll leave one in the sleeve and use the other for an example. Honestly, all of SooSoo's stuff I've been very much impressed with. I think the only issue I had, my Butcher figure, the part of the gun, one of his guns broke. Which is not a big deal at all. Really good job weathering that. I do kind of worry about creasing and stuff over time. But I don't think it'll be too big of a deal. It's an interesting material they used. It reminds me of the, similar to the Captain America suit in a lot of ways. It's probably not going to be able to do too much in the this area. Yeah, you got some restriction just from the pants. It does have a double jointed knee, and you can bend the heck out of it, which is nice. And some pretty decent boots. Can't go wrong with the footwear there. Overall, pretty dang pleased. Don't know if you can... It seems stitched down. Can't really extend that collar much. Not that you'd want to, I was just kind of curious. And the armor, definitely nice and thick, so that's a perk there. I like the star. And decent job with the shield. Honestly, I definitely dig it. Oh, that base is so cool. I might have to take a little bit of a pause to pull that out in a moment. Now you do get, of course, a masked head sculpt as well. And I want to say that the attachment, like the holster and the, I guess the sheath for his knife, I think are magnetic, so they should clip onto him pretty easily. I'm kind of excited to see how that goes. Honestly, I kind of hate this one. I don't know what it is, but the forehead looks too big. It doesn't look awful. I don't know. Probably not going to use it, to be honest. I like the other one way more, which I think most people would. You do also get his mask if you wanted to have him holding it separately. which I kind of think is going to be what a lot of people end up doing, because it just seems like the no masked head sculpt is way better. But you do get that, so you know, if you wanted to finger puppet it up, you can get pretty close. Kind of fun. Not needed by any means, but pretty cool. Might be neat to display next to like a Batman mask and like a Captain America mask and just get like a whole bunch of different masks propped up. Let's take a quick look at this shield if we can. It's nothing too fancy with it. It is plastic. They did make it look super cool. This is also hard plastic, which is kind of a bummer. But basically his arm will just slide into there and I'll hold on to that. So I do wish they would have just made that an actual strap. I think that would have worked a little bit better. Especially because it's going to be hidden from view most of the time. So like even an elastic band, which I know tend to snap over time, but something like that probably could have held it a little more secure. I might end up gluing an elastic band onto the back. So like I said, you're not going to see it anyways if he's holding it. So might make it a little easier. That, and then I won't have to worry about him constantly grabbing onto that. I could just kind of rubber band it into place or elastic band it into place and be good to go. But definitely a nice job there. Alright, we're going to jump ahead and take a look at this base. I'm assuming it's a generic crotch grabber underneath it. Yeah, but this looks awesome. That's really cool. And I'm glad they didn't write anything there, so you could just paint a soldier boy on it if you wanted to. Love the color. I'm really impressed with that. Simple things go a long way for me in doing a cool base. Like I said, it's really not even anything that special, but I think it just, I don't know, something about it. The color scheme, the way it's painted, I like it. Again, easily amused. You do get a flask, which is pretty dang awesome. It can open up, which is also pretty dang awesome. Honestly, I'm not too sure what it's made out of. It almost feels... I mean, I'm sure it's probably plastic, but it's got kind of a metallic feel to it. Definitely cool, though. Nice little accessory for him. I'm happy that he gave him that. This is awesome. You should also have a smoking hand, and I believe a cigarette somewhere, which hopefully I didn't lose. Might actually be in one of his hands, maybe. Let's see. Nope. 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 Well, that's a bummer. I thought he came with a smoking hand, and I still feel like he should. I'll take another look in that instruction booklet shortly, but he can give people the finger. So that's, you know, that's a win. That alone is a pretty nice perk there. You do get these cool knife and gun. It should be a 1911. Take a look at that knife first. That is pointy. It is plastic, but that is definitely pointy. You get the little sheath for it as well. Which, I can see, there is in fact a magnet on the back of it, so this is going to stick somewhere on him. Supposedly on his belt somewhere, and it should be pretty easy. Hey! Yeah, that's pretty easy. I like that. Did they give it on both sides? Probably not, right? No. Whoops. Go in there. And then, yeah, his gun holster has one as well. Like I said, you do get a little mini 1911. I think his has a stamp on the grip, if I'm not mistaken, but that's okay. I could be wrong there. The slide doesn't move. At least it doesn't seem like it, which is kind of a bummer. You should at least be able to pull the magazine out. Maybe. Always like when they do that. I normally like when you can move the slide as well. I'm surprised that they, it's possible the paint just kind of locked it into place, because they did paint it pretty dang well. Yeah, no complaints there. And this should also just kind of slap right into place. Does look a little awkward there. Kind of sticks out a bit, so I probably would just do the knife and have him hold the gun. It's a good idea. It's just the way the magnet is. Like, it almost looks like that needs to be more like that for it to make sense. But the way the magnet is, it just kind of pulls it back up there. Not really a horrible complaint by any means, but I think it makes the knife the better option. Maybe. Oh yeah, the knife looks way better. Yeah, so we'll just leave the knife on there. He can carry the gun if he ever needs it. Probably just have him be knife and shield anyways. I digress. So, overall, very, very happy so far. I really thought he came with a smoking hand. I am kind of bummed about that. So I am going to take a quick glance at the old instructions and see if it happens to say anything. I'm probably wrong. Definitely would not be the first time. Oh, interesting. Should have just looked at this the first time. So the elbows and the knees have a gear joint. That's kind of fun. So it's not actually double jointed in the knee, it's just a gear. Armors are not removable. Yeah, no cigarette. I really thought he had one. That's all right. This is awesome. All right, I'm going to take a pause so you can read this. That right there, not the best English. Use a hair dryer, blow some hot air onto it before you change hands. A lot of people don't know things like that, and you end up breaking the wrist pegs. So, SooSoo or SooSoo, they're awesome. As far as I'm concerned, just including something small like that goes a long way. You're definitely going to save at least one person from breaking a peg. So I appreciate that. That'll do it for this one. I do have a bunch of other stuff I got to unbox this week, so hopefully we'll have some more good stuff coming up. As always, thank you so much. We'll see you next time.